Hi, I'll be explaining my pfind program. So, this is my README file for the pfind program. This program is describing searches for keywords in directory path and prints it with the line number and directory paths and the resulting the line. So how you use it is like this. So you put find and then options, and then you must put directory paths and keywords. These are the options you can put. You can read them if you want. And my files consist of three files. For well, basically four. I have make file, c pfind file, q.c file that implements q, and header file that has both header files for these two. So I'll be explaining my pfind program by explaining my header file. So this is the header file, and as you see here, there is a queue related APIs here. This is for the node in the queue because my queue is is implemented by linked list. This is the information about the queue. It has information of front, rear, and size. So these are the APIs, and it takes item by the void pointer, so it doesn't really have any types, and you can put any type in it, but you just need to put address when you cast it. So there is a polymorphism right there. Mm, yeah, and before I explain my pfind file, I want to show you my picture of how my program works. This is the picture. I know you can't really see it, but then so there's manager and workers. How it works is like this. There's a manager, and manager iterates and assigns task to workers when there is remaining process or new task. And worker, on the other hand, receives directory name for the manager, and if the manager and then worker iterates through the files, and when worker find that the file or the specific named file is a regular file, I mean directory, it counts the directory count and it adds to the directory list. And then if it's regular file, it counts up the file count and checks if it contains the line. And if it contains the line, then it increases the line count. And then it prints out the results right away to the standard input or output. This should be output. And then it returns the result to the manager, so the manager can know what's going on. So how I implement it is like so. So there's a main function here, and then first it uh, receives arguments from the user, is implemented like so. It it prints out the help message when there is a option like this. It just deal with all the options and stuff. Not very interesting stuff going on there. And then mm, you make two pipes. One is for uh, giving out the task to the workers, and one is receiving result from the manager or from the workers. So this plist is the process list. So when you um, have more than one process or worker process, it will be added here. So yeah, this is the main functionality. So when there is, so basically I put the task in the task queue and then process sys into process queue. So if there is no task, which means size is 0, then it's done. Or also the process queue has to be empty, because when there is no task but a process still running, that means process could give out new task, so it's not really done. The task is not really done yet. So if they are at least one high, I mean at least if there is uh, at least one for process queue and one for task queue, that means you can pop from both of them, or NQ, I mean DQ from both of them, and then you can assign the work to the process. So that's what's happening right here. It assigns the directory name to the worker, like so, and then it receives the result from the worker. And then it saves all the data and stuff, and then it enqueues the process again. These are just this receive from and send to is very how do you say, intuitive. Just flock and then you read the string from the pipe. That's what's happening here. Yeah, same thing for the task, send to task. It just writes the string to the stream. And yeah, and the worker is what's important. Worker gets created right after it finds it receives the data from the user, and then it iterates here. It creates worker and then it iterates right here until it receives task from the manager, and then it iterates directory. If directory name is received, then the worker iterates the directory to find regular files or the desired lines uh, in the directory. So in the iter dir function, it opens up the file, reads the file, and then it skips over dot and dot dot directories. If it's directory, it allocates a string to directory list, and then it sends the result to the worker or the manager. If it's a regular file, checks if it's a readable file. First, it checks it if it's a readable file, and then it adds up the numbers of found lines in find keywords. In find keywords and is readable function, it uses Unix utilities, file and grep. It uses popen to basically do pipe and fork, and it prints out the result. Same thing for find keywords. It grabs and then it prints out the line number and file path when there is one matching. Yeah, I think that's basically what I have to explain. Thank you. Oh, actually, I will show you how my program works. So there's a test dir that I made, and then first you need to make, and then the pfind program will come out. So if you execute it by test dir, and then hello, and then p process number, and then work. Here you go. So if you see in this file, sorry, this file, you see that there is a hello word, hello OS. So this keyword hello is found in first line and second line. Unfortunately, my program can't run or does not work for multiple process for some reason. It gets stuck. So that's a problem. And I couldn't implement all the other options due to the lack of the time. Thank you.